Testing. 1, 2, 3. It's September the 24th, 1985, and my name is Jonathan Ellis, and I'm interviewing the mayor of Katy, Mr. Johnny Nelson. Can you give me a brief history of your life and background to date, including your education and life?
Yes, I was born here in Katy in 1938, December the 8th, 1938. I was born and raised here in Katy, been here all my life. Grew up on the farm, moved to town in 52, and then graduated from Katy High School in 57. Went to Sam Houston State University for 2 years. Didn't finish college. Came home and started farming in 1960. Farmed from 1960 through 1982. 1982, we gave up farming as things were not very profitable at that time. During the period of time that I was farming, I was on the board of the instrumental in forming the Tri-County Optimist Club, which is still active here in Katy, and served as president of that club, and have served on the board of the Harris-Galveston Subsidence District, served on the board of Katy Savings and Loan. Now here I am as mayor of the city of Katy. That's about the way I got here.
Can you tell me what were some major successes and failures that you had during your life, and how did you deal with them?
I suppose the major success would have been farming for all those years up until the economy and the markets really got so bad in the early 80s, and that's when we quit farming. That's when it got to be non-profitable to us, and I guess one of the most profitable things I ever did was when I was in the farming of Katy Savings and Loan. We farmed Katy Savings and Loan and chartered it for a group of individuals and businessmen here in town, and subsequently later wound up selling the savings loan at a very good substantial profit, and which was not our intention in the beginning, but that's the way it turned out. But it was a very successful business venture. And failures, I don't know that I've ever been involved in any absolute failures. The farm was definitely not a failure. We just considered in 82, when we just were not able to keep the thing productive as far as profitability, that the best thing for us to do was to quit. We just quit farming, and now we're sharecropping with another local farmer out there. He's still trying to farm, but I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to hold on, but that's about
what goals have you achieved, and what's next? Do you have any future goals?
No, I don't really have any future goals. You're talking about politically? Maybe?
Career-wise, yeah.
Career-wise? No, at this point in time, I don't have anything planned. I have a ranch out in Burnett County that we spend some time on now, and probably after my term here, maybe not this term as mayor, I can still serve one more term.
You plan to rerun?
Yes, in 87. So if I'm successful in that, I'll be here till 89, and then we kind of plan on maybe selling some of this property we have here in town, in Katy area. And we'll always live here in Katy, but we plan on spending a lot of time out in Burnett County. So career-wise, I don't have any real plans for the future as far as any other types of businesses or what have you. I have 2 businesses here in town now that probably in the near future I'll give to my kids, or if they don't want them, I'll sell them or whatever.
How do you think your position that you've acquired helps you to help others in the community and your peers?
The position of mayor?
Yeah, position.
Well, it puts you in a position to help all the people in the city, which is what we try to do. We try to encourage commercial growth so we can hold our tax rate for our residential homeowners and even people that live in Katy, to try to hold the tax rate to a reasonable fee where we can still offer all of the benefits everything that the people that live in town live here for, like good water, good sewer, good streets. And to do all this, we have to have tax dollars, and that's why we try to encourage commercial growth so our residential taxpayers can afford to live here at a reasonable cost. And it's hard to do that. It's hard to get business into Katy when we have outlying areas like we have surrounding us here, especially to the east of us, Mason Road, where everybody's going. It's hard to get those people to come to Katy, and until we get our residential growth more substantial, I think they'll continue to build out there rather than in the city limits of Katy, even though we have more to offer. Some people look at it as to what we have to offer. We have police protection, fire protection, and we have streets, water, sewer. We have a...
It seems that Houston's kind of growing this direction anyway.
That's right.
Eventually
they'll surround us.
Yeah.
And then Katy, of course, will have to grow. We don't want to wait until that point in time. We need to grow now to keep everything that the people in Katy are dependent on. Mainly the tax rate's what they depend on, and they want the most services they can get for the least tax dollars, and that's what we try to provide. Hopefully that's what we're trying to provide. Hopefully that's what we are providing, not that we're not trying to.
Yeah. What advice would you give to students now, high school students and college students?
Looking back on what I would recommend would be, there's a lot of advantages to school, and unfortunately I didn't take advantage of a lot of that when I was in high school, and government was probably one of the least interesting subjects to me. I didn't care a whole lot about any type of government studies. I studied them, I had to study them, I had to have them to graduate, and I did do that, but I didn't get as much out of it as I wish I would have. Even though, not just because I'm the mayor, but just now that I'm grown and looking back, I think it would have been of a benefit to me, and it would be a benefit to everybody concerned if they understood the basic facts and what makes governments operate. And you have an opportunity to learn all that in school. You should pay attention to that. One of these days you'll wish you had it, like I do.
Yes. How do you think we can help this country? What do you think the country needs?
Well, the country needs youth, of course, but we're in a position now where we have a lot of youth in business now. I don't really know that I can answer that question
it's
as far as to what the country needs. I know what it needs, but I don't know what I could tell you that you could do at this particular point in time to accomplish that. We all know that with the national debt as it is, that's our major problem. Once people in government can reduce that, I think everything will level out and we'll be all right again. But I don't know what the answer to that is, to be honest with you, Jonathan. I really don't. So I have views, but your tape's probably not long enough for me to give you all those. And I'm not sure that my thinking's even right. It may be completely wrong.
Well, do you have any closing comments, a conclusion?
Oh, not really. It's just always... It's always a pleasure to me. I hope you understand that I'm glad you came by today. And,
thank you.
And I'm glad to see that you are interested in this. And it's always, I participate in several scholarships with the school, the L.D. Robson, for example, and Katy Young Farmers. I'm on those scholarship boards and help award those. And I enjoy that. And I'm glad to see that that's what you're trying to do. And I hope I've been of some help to you.
Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate this.
You bet.